All right, so how's it going, P7?
Yeah, it's going not bad. What about you?
I'm doing pretty good. Should I say P7 or penis?
Uh, Completely up to you. I don't mind.
You don't mind.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. So, how'd you start on Casual Grinds now that you own that?
Um, it just randomly came to me after I became completionist. I was like, so what's next? What do I do now? And then I started, doing some vouchers for some people. I helped call-ins. Um, I helped. Who else did I help? I can't remember who else I helped, but I was just feeling like I wanted to help people, grind, and that sort of aspect. So I was like, you know what? I'll think about creating my own little business on the side, for vouchers, for cargo, things like that. Um, and then Casual Grindz just sprung to mind. I was like, right, okay. Um, where am I going to go with this? So at first I started off with just building up the Discord server, um, getting all that into shape. I then started to use this application bot, but that application bot was terrible. It kept going down, so I moved to Google Spreadsheets, which seemed to be working a little bit better because, well, not just for myself, but all the customers I get can track it easily instead of them asking staff all the time, oh, how long in this order, how long in that order. They can just simply look on the sheet and go, right, cool, it's almost done, and they get a little bit of a time frame, how long it's going to take. Um, so that's pretty much where it came from. It was just one of those things where I was pretty much bored, and company work was not fulfilling that boredom. So I thought, I want to go back to other jobs instead of just doing constant company work. So I was like, right, cool, I'll do this and see how it goes, and it seems to have started off pretty well. Um, so far, anyway. Let's just see how it goes in
Yeah.
the long run.
Yeah, today's your first day for it, ain't there?
Yes, it is. Yeah, yeah,
I'm glad that you got your own mini business
yeah.
thing going because that's so cool. How come? What made you decide of creating your own rather than joining like TX or Grinders Association?
Um, well, Grinders Association are no longer a thing anymore. They stopped doing business. But in
They
front of
stopped again?
yeah, they stopped. Yeah, I didn't realize they went back on anyway. But they're not done orders since the 29th of December. That was the last order. And when you go onto their page to do an order, it says they're not doing anything at the moment. Yep, we're close to grind.
Oh
Um,
damn,
yeah,
they
so
are.
TX. The thing is, yeah, I could have joined them, grinded for them, but then I wanted to see what it's like to be, the owner of a company like that. Um, where obviously I can have my own rules. Um, I can go. This is what I expect you to do. But for it being my own business, I'm not strict. Like all my workers, they're every order they take, all that money that they get from the orders they keep. I don't take a cut. Um, 'Cause I know that TX take what, a 5% cut or something. Obviously that's up to them what they do. I'm not trying to compete with them. I just thought that me making my own little business would be something I could do. Um,
Dude, that's just so cool though. I haven't fully checked out your Discord, but it seemed pretty good and laid
yeah.
out. I'm gonna put in an order over there at some point,
Okay.
possibly.
Okay. I mean, I didn't expect 43 people to join within the space of, God, when did I put that mini ad up? Let's see. Within the space of uh, I'd say what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 7 hours. In the space of 7 hours, I've had 43 people join. I've already had about 10, maybe 15 orders on the sheet at the moment, which I've obviously started after it. I was using DinoBot to do my orders, but that wasn't very convenient. So far I've got what, six there. I think there's about five on the sheet. Let's see,
I think it's crazy how you already have 15 orders. I mean, that's a lot.
seven on the sheet. Five on the that I done through Dino. I've already completed one order, which that's been fulfilled. Um, oh, Neil's just booked for an order. Um,
I'm surprised Neil's put it in order. He's a grinding boy.
I'm even surprised that Collins joined the Discord. Right, as soon as I seen his name pop up, I was like, "Whoa, what is this?" It's Collins himself.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just I didn't want to just stop playing Tycoon. I wanted to do something other than always do company work. So I thought instead of me just messaging people or posting auction house on the Discord, I'm going to grind for you. DM me with your price, what you want, etc. I just thought I may as well, create a Discord server for the people of Tycoon, um,
Hmm.
where they can just go on, order. I see it in front of me with ease. Instead of me flicking through all the so many DMs or whatever and going right, who's ordered what, and then losing it, and then they come to me like what a week later going, "Where's my order?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah." So I'd rather create, something like what TX done. But like I said to other people, I'm not trying to compete with TX. I'm not going to, put them out of business or take their customers away. This is just something to keep me busy, to keep me enjoying Tycoon. Um,
That's the good side of it.
yeah.
That way you're staying around.
So,
And what companies? I know you said that you just didn't want to do all company work. Like, what companies have you been in TT?
so when I first joined Tycoon back in July, about I think it was like 2 months later, I joined FRLLC. I was with them for 3 months or something. And then obviously I got fired from them for what I'd said in game chat, which not necessarily didn't approve of. But after that, I joined RTS. I was with them for a few weeks, and I wanted to try out Pigs. Enjoyed them. Don't get me wrong; they're really good companies. I love the work they do. The jobs they give. And then after that, I was just like, I really want to try out Collins Co. And I've been in Collins Co since Sunday, so I'm really enjoying Collins Co. It's a lot better than what people were saying. Anyways, people were saying you didn't have freedom to do anything else, but that's not the case. You do. You hand in one voucher every 2 months, and that's pretty much it. They're pretty laid back, and yeah, that's what I like. I'm not saying that other companies weren't like RTS and Pigs. They were laid back. FRLSC were laid back as well.
Hmm.
And I've always said that I would always go back to those companies if need be. If I ever felt like I wanted to go back, it's not on the agenda right now. I'm hoping to be with Collins School for a while, but yeah.
Like, what's your favorite job in Collins Co? Because I know that they had a lot.
Ah, it's a mix between cabbie and the cabbie and the fly. If I was to pick out the two though, I'd pick cabbie, mainly because I really like to drive. So yeah.
Oh, if you really like to drive, you could help out IA quite a lot if you joined.
See, IA were another company I was looking to join. But I don't know. Like I'm happy with waiting, the 30 days plus. It'd just be the evaluation part that I'd be like, would I pass it? I mean, I'm not saying I'm a really bad flyer. I'm not saying I'm really good at flying, but it's just flying perfectly. I may not always be able to do.
Yeah, I know what you mean by that. And really, it's really only like that because, there are certain things that if you do it right and you do it well, it's fun to do.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things of IA. It's just flying really good. It's just so fun. Dude, like IA is just so fun. The community's great. And you got a couple different jobs you can do. And one job feeds into the other, which is pretty cool.
All right. Okay.
And yeah, because our flights, you have to feed your passengers meals.
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen that. It's like it's like a cargo kind of job that you're doing.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
trucking job.
Pretty cool that.
But like back in the day, I think it was either Sal or Globe Oil. One of those two companies had to deliver our food to us, so we were dependent on them for the food,
No.
so we could fly our planes.
Oh wow.
But it's no
Seems
longer
like a
like
lot of
that.
effort.
But yeah, if you ever get tired of Collins Co. You should come try AA out.
Yeah, I probably will. The only company I don't think I'll try out is Bay Area Towing. That doesn't seem like a very fun job, in my opinion, anyway. Um, but I would probably would try out IA. You know, I wouldn't shy away. Nothing's going to stop me from going. Oh, I'll give them a shot because you never know.
Yeah, it's so true. You never know. I love that Collins Co. plane from the 50s. Was it Comet?
Yeah, yep, yep. The
That plane is so
first tier
beautiful.
plane, yeah.
Just so majestic.
It's so funny when you're in the A380, and then you see that plane, you're just like, oh, look how small it is, because it's just really small, like literally. Compared to the A380, it's just really, really small. Um, but I'd actually never flew it because I went straight. Obviously, when I started Collins Co, I think 2 days in the company, I'd grinded 10k cabby vouchers, put me up to tier two, straight by an A380. So I didn't even
Wow.
reach the Comet.
Well, if I was in Collins Co., I'd only be flying the Comet. I mean, that's just me, though. That thing's just so beautiful.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
so
I
nice.
mean, everyone has their personal preference at the end of the day. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah,
I'm currently working on a meme. You know that upside down plane meme? I forgot what it's
yep,
called. What's that emote called? Sinky Boy. Yeah.
yeah, yep, yep.
I'm currently working on a Collins Co plane emote upside down.
Oh god.
And I had help with Elf Shot. He came in clutch and helped me with that.
Oh, that's alright then.
I love Elf Shot and his Coco landings and takeoffs. He hams it up.
You should see a goose. I watched him the other day. It's literally just a vertical landing. Like I literally watched him, and I was like, "What the hell?" So I tried it, and it actually works.
Yeah. The reason why they do that is Collins got it so far down to where if you want that, what is it, 12 million an hour, you have to fly like that, which
Yep,
is kind
yep.
of stupid. But, you know,
Well, there's actually one member, Slay_Rad, who's trying to get the most vouchers. He's trying to get, I think it's 245k to be number one out of the top
wow.
10 grinders. I think that's straight to tier six. If that was me, I would never do that. Like, I could never do that much. I think the most I've done
Absolute
was
madman.
in FR when I did, I think it was the most was like 70k. And even at that, that was too much of a grind. Um,
Hmm.
but
I suck at grounding. I'm just going to say that right now. I just suck at
Well, that's the
it.
thing. It was only just recently where I felt, at first I didn't really want to be completionist, and then it just hit me. I was like, I've only got so many skills left. I may as well grind and get to it. And then before I know it, I'd maxed farming. I'd maxed fishing, and obviously I was stuck with business. And I was like, kind of put my foot right into this hole. I should have really gotten business sorted first, but back then I was too greedy with money. I was just pretty much getting money. I was spending it on, well, I wouldn't say I was spending it. I was giving it to new players or to players who really needed it. And then obviously this is when the business tiers came into the game, and then I was like, damn it, I've gave away at least 1 billion. I could have had that for businesses.
Yeah.
And then Sunday there, I just managed to reach level 100 business. But this was me getting up every 3 hours. Even if I was going to bed at night, I was still getting up every 3 hours, just to collect my business bonus. I was dedicated. Like literally, I was willing to give sleep up just for this completionist title. And then as soon as I got it, I was just like, so what's next? That's what it was. Came to, I was like, oh, is this it now? Is this what it's like being a completionist?
Like the only roles only jobs that I have done is trucking, both the piloting, like cargo and airline, strength, believe it or not, and business and
Well,
player level, of course.
at least you've gotten business out of the way. At least it's not your last uh, skill to max.
Well, to be honest, I'm surprised that was your last one to max out.
Yeah, so am I. I knew it was going to be my last, even when I was collecting tiers after. People were like, collect it every 3 hours, collect it every 3 hours. And I'm like, yep, okay, okay. I knew it was going to be the last one because as soon as I got to fishing, which was my second to last before business, I was passing my business level, and I was like, well, looks like as soon as I max fishing, that's it. I'm going to be waiting on business, so I'm going to need to do company work to boost that, which actually helped a little bit. Boost using doing cabbie and boosting it that way because you were getting like 6 XP per drop off. But that was getting passengers. So it did boost me a little bit, but yeah.
Well, that's awesome though. So, how long have you? I know you said you started in June or July.
Yes, that's what it says on the when I do the Who Is in the TT Discord. It says I joined the Discord on Wednesday, June 26th, 2019 at 12:44 p.m.
So it only
Um
took you about like 6 or 7 months.
yeah, yeah. I
That's
did have
crazy.
I think about a month where I had a break because I was just getting tired out by doing it every week. Um so I
Yeah.
took a little bit of a break. And then I got back into it because I got away from that break. I was feeling like I was more motivated to do some more grinding. And then when it came to after Christmas time, I was like, right, okay, I'm going to grind the hell out of this, and I'm going to get on with the rest of my skills. EMS was the most annoying one to grind out because between 6 to 10 vouchers per AI drop off, and then if you were reviving players, it was 2 vouchers, and you're just like, oh my god, this is taking forever. And
Hmm.
it took me about a week because I was already about, I think it was level 56 before I decided to start grinding it again. So I got up to, I think it was 6k vouchers is what I needed, and as soon as I did that, I was like, there we go, max that out. Don't need to touch that again.
Wow. Yeah, I'm currently waiting for double XP so I can turn in a lot of vouchers. And
Well, I
like,
hope
so
they do
it's
want it. Sorry, go on.
basically half of what I need.
Yeah, yeah. Well, hoping that when I get to 350k unique IDs, we get another one. That
I
would be
think our
pretty good.
next one would be at 4K. I mean 400K, but I
Yeah,
don't really know
probably.
at
Yeah,
all.
yeah. I mean that double XP helped me. I think it was max helicopter mechanic. I can't remember what other skills it helped me out with. It started me off with hunting. I got thinked up to about level 80 before double XP ended. But I think I got about three and a bit skills maxed after before double XP ended. So that helped me out. That was a good feeling.
Yeah,
Um,
a lot of people become completionists whenever that double
yeah, it's
XP comes around.
yeah,
We go full force. It's all like, okay, see y'all later. Pass me up in my levels.
yeah. I even surprised I managed to get completionist in about 6, 7 months. Like that's probably the quickest in my mind that I could ever have done it. I didn't think it was going to take that long. I thought it was going to take me longer. I thought it was going to be 2 years down the line, and I was still not going to be completionist.
Hmm.
But this is in before they add another job, and then I'm no longer completionist again.
Yeah. Well, Niels was the fastest guy I've ever seen, but then again, there could have been somebody faster because
Yeah,
it seems like
Niels
he joined
Niels needs
and
to
then
take a break. He's over level 1,000 in strength, trucking, and player, I think now. He needs to take a break and just relax.
yeah,
I don't know how he
absolute
can
mad lab.
like. That's if he likes doing that and it's what keeps him going. Then fair enough. But it's just, I don't know. He's some guy.
He's some guy. I know. He's just doing the Lord's work.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, what I'm doing is I'm just slow grinding so I don't get burned out.
Yeah, that's probably the best way. You don't want to just play the game every day and grind for like 12 hours straight because if you keep doing that every day, you eventually just get tired out and you'll just be like, can't be bothered anymore.
Yeah, and plus well, I have a job, so it takes a lot of my time. But
Yeah,
when I do
yeah,
get on, I'd rather do staff stuff so that way I can help out.
yeah, yep, yep. How is this stuff work anyway?
Oh, I like it.
Yeah,
Like
I wish uh,
sometimes it's
I wish I was staff.
well, not everybody's made for staff, but
Yeah,
sometimes you sit there and think, is this really happening in front of my eyes?
yeah, Yep.
Stuff like that. It's like, how does this even happen? Why does this even happen? But it's a fun experience, and I'm glad that I have the opportunity to help out the community and make it a bit better.
Yeah. A lot of new staff now. Even Glock's got
Yep.
made promoted to support just recently, which is good. Like obviously he was staff before, but it's good to see him back as staff because I like Glocks. He's always a good guy.
Oh yeah, he's a pretty funny
You know,
guy. I like him.
the staff team are really strong, so it's not like Cobra's just went, oh, I'll just have you. He's actually, you know, looked at who he's got and who's applied, and he's went right. You would be good. You would be good.
Yep.
And he's goodness me, he's picked a really good team anyway.
Oh yeah, I
Team
did.
that know what they're doing anyway. It's not like he's got people just like, so how do I ban?
Well, the only people that can ban is moderators and plus, but
All right,
Cobra
okay,
does a really good job of keeping the
yeah,
staff team up
yeah.
in tip top shape, which is so good.
I mean, even when I messaged him earlier, obviously to get the mini ads roll,
Hmm.
it was a pleasant experience.
Yeah. Um, just recently, a lot of people, not a lot of people, there were some demotions and some promotions in the staff team.
Yep, yep. I noticed also that Sassy left, which was just unexpected. Didn't expect that. As soon as I saw her leave, pretty much all the discords I was in, I was like, huh,
Yeah,
what's going
that's
on?
a really weird situation. I don't know much about it, but what I do know is that she joined, I think, some RP community, and
All right.
it seems more of a cult because they made her leave every other community she has just to join this one. Very weird, and I don't understand it at
Wow.
all. Doesn't make any sense to me.
Just pretty much sold her soul to this RP community.
Yeah, I just don't know why that's a requirement for a community because
Yeah.
that's just over the line. Look, like cutting off friends to just hang out with a bunch of people. I don't know about that.
I don't see what the fun about RP is, if I'm honest. I tried RP when I first joined 5M, and I was just like, so do I have to put on a voice here? Like, what am I supposed to do? I did it for about a few weeks, and then I randomly came across Tycoon. First thing I did when I joined Tycoon is I went to the Grand Exchange and ran into the fire and died. Um, I think everybody's done that.
Oh yeah.
Um, I think this was before I restart actually, and then obviously I left, and then I came back. I don't know what made me come back. I think it was that fire death that was like, I want to do that again. um, but I don't know. I just started doing jobs. I think I asked a few times for some help, but most of the time I asked, I'm one of those people who are like, cool, is there help? I'll press the button to get from some help. Did that. And then I don't know. Here I am,
Yeah.
7 months later.
But when I joined, it was like November of 2018, so
All
F7
right.
was really lacking. And so
Oh
when
God.
everybody would say read F7, I was like, yeah, it's really lacking. And
Yeah, I'll read F7 once it loads in about a year's time.
yeah, when I became staff, I had to reread F7 and reread the rules.
Wow.
I mean, not that I broke them, it's just that,
Yep,
I
yep,
just knew how to behave, so I never got in
yep.
trouble. But yeah, I had to re-inform myself of the rules just so I could do a good job. But
It's alright then.
when I
Guess there's
joined,
just
the
not.
police job was here. Did you know that?
I saw a few videos from like years ago when the police job was in, and it looked rather boring.
Well, for me, it was fun, but then again, I play the same game for years on end. So, I mean, I liked it,
Right.
and I played that for a week or two, and then I just fucked off of Tycoon for a bit, and then came back in February, and has been here ever since.
Yeah, because I noticed they also had, was it bank driver job? They also had what, pizza delivery, taxi. Obviously taxi is now a Collins Co job, but
The bank driver
was it,
job was so awesome. That's what I used to get to strength level 30 so I could become an IA member.
no, you could use that for strength as well. All right, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and helped me get some money.
I don't, I think the first amount of money I made was from someone who just gifted me like 50 million just out of the blue to help them out with something. But then
Wow.
looking back now, that something that I was helping with them was actually an exploit. But back then I didn't know that. It was like I think it was a post-op exploit where they just went back and forth from post-op HQ to LSIA. I don't know what was going on. Um, but but to now, to back then, it was a bit exploit. Clear as day. This person doesn't play Tycoon anymore. They haven't for months. They probably got banned for exploiting, knowing them. Um, but yeah, just round got gifted money, and then next thing I know, had all this money, and I don't know what to do with it.
When I first joined, I had no idea what to do, and I
Oh, yeah.
immediately gambled all of my money away. So I was negative 250 bucks. I couldn't even buy the free van, okay? I had to ask for help in the chat, and this guy, he came by. His name was is Bradio. I doubt you've ever heard of him because he doesn't really
Nope.
play anymore. But
Nope.
he gave me 3 million, and that helped me get my tycoon career started. And I think just like on the last quarter of last year, I did some searching around to find out who helped me because I could search through things, me being staff, and I found out who
Yep.
it
Yep.
was. And I messaged him and I said, "Hey, you helped me when I first joined. Can I return the favor and help you?" And so he gave me 3 million, and I gave him 300 million in return.
Nice.
So
Nice.
I hope that helps him out on his tycoon adventures from here on out.
Pretty good that. Thinking about back now, back then you were just like 3 million was a lot of money,
Oh
but now we're
yeah,
just because we've been here for so long, and we're just like 3 million. Huh, that's nothing.
yeah.
But to any new member, that's a lot. Even 100K to a new member is a lot.
Oh yeah, dude. I
But
remember like looking at the bat truck. What is that? 10 million.
yep,
I remember
yep.
joining the server and seeing the bat truck, and I was like, how does anybody afford that truck? Little did I know. Oh man,
It's
the
like
good old
with
days.
premium and everything else, you're like 50 million. What? Because obviously back when I joined, there was no skill level tokens. You're like, how are you supposed to like afford that? And then obviously when I first bought Tycoon Premium through City Hall, like a few weeks later I bought the Patreon tier. So then I was like, oh, well that was a waste of time.
Yeah.
So
Um,
I didn't actually think I was going to go for the Patreon tier because obviously when I came across it, I was like, oh, Patreon, oh, Eternal Premium for every month I subscribe. Here we go.
yeah, I remember before the was it not premium, the Patreon came about. That I
Yep.
think you PayPal'd uh, them money directly,
All right.
and
Okay.
that's how most people got the legacy donor and the legacy super donor.
All right. So that's why you've got that there on
Yeah.
your roles. Ah. I always wondered that because I think once before, like someone came back who had not been on Tycoon for a good year or something or so, and they were going on about that, and I was like, all right, you would just need to re thingy your Patreon. Oh no, I donated through PayPal. I was like, all right, okay, I didn't know. Sorry.
Yeah. If you have the legacy super donator, that still to this day allows you to join the server 5, the
All right.
beta server.
Does it give you eternal premium?
And no, it don't give you eternal premium. It just
Nah.
gives you access to like that special server,
Yep. Yep.
and I think it also gives you access to like, well, no, probably not. Never mind. But yeah,
I've been wanting to up my tier to tier fit to the $50 tier, but I'm just waiting on someone cancelling their subscription
yeah. I
because I
think
really want to.
Laszlo's got a subscription to $50, but I'm not sure who else.
I know that Duke has one as well. Apple stand does.
Of course, Applestan does. I mean, it's Applestan.
Yep, he's like seems like to be like made of money.
Yeah. Hashtag goals.
I know. I wish I could look at my bank account every day and go, huh, that money hasn't changed. I've bought stuff.
Yeah, that'd be the good life. So, like, I know that you talked about your plans for was it grind casual grinders.
Yep.
So, like, how do people become staff and help out and grind?
Um. Well, at the moment they've just been messaging me for Discord. In the mini ads, pretty much states a few requirements to join staff. So you must be over the age of 15. Must have been on Tycoon for at least 2 weeks or more. Hopefully you would have been because the next one is must have level 30 in any free of the job vouchers I sell. So I sell four at the moment, which is obviously airline, cargo, garbage, and heli pilot. Obviously that will maybe increase. I might add train to it. Thinking about how much train is a grind. You know, it's on hold at the moment. I will never be adding EMS. Never, 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 because that'll be far too expensive. And it's more of a grind than train.
Yeah.
And then the last one is must not cause any disrespect to the business I run. Any scamming, etc. You will impact me as a person. Obviously, you impact the business as well as me. You know, my reputation that could be, impacted by any of my workers. You know, scamming. You know, just outright disrespecting the company. You know, the little business I have.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much at the moment, all they need to do is just DM me. You know, if they want to be staff, they DM me. I ask them a few questions. You know, um, at the moment in time, that's the way it is. I am going to implement a little category in my Discord where they pretty much just, in respect, it'll be another Google document where they've pretty much got to provide some answers. I'll probably get them to something similar to the Collins Co app is just take a quick screenshot of their skills, just so I can see, what skills they've got in the vouchers I sell.
Yeah.
And then obviously their age will be included there. 15 or over, I may drop that down to 14. You never know, but 15 or more seems to be a good age. You know, a kind of mature age to do this kind of job. At a semi-serious rate, obviously, I'm not expecting my staff members to be feeling like they have to grind every day, and do the work. You know, they can do it in their own time. You know, orders that have got 7 days, they've got 7 days to do the orders. Orders that, customers want for 30 days, they've got those full 30 days to do. So even if a new order comes in that says it's 30 days, they don't have to do it there. And then they can assign themselves to it, but do it a week later. That's completely fine with me. I'm not the type of owner that's going to be like, you've assigned that order to yourself, get that done right now. Otherwise, you're out with the staff team. I'm not going to be like that. You know, they've got leeway. They can do whatever they like. They can DM me if they need a break. That's completely fine. I ain't gonna have a go at them. You know, I'm getting in more staff. I've got 7 staff at the moment. Yep, 7 staff members. 7 grinders is what they're called in my Discord, but staff member grinders, same thing.
Yeah.
So I've got 7 people already, who are part of the staff team, and they know what to do. They know, the layout for the order pickup section. I've got, I've when they're in game and they go to give the customer order, to always take the money first, then give them the vouchers, the cargo or whatever, and then a nice little greeting saying thank you for using Kasual Grindz services. Leave a review in the Discord if you don't mind. They don't have to. Customers don't have to at all. But it always gives me an insight of what people think about the little business as a whole. How quick the service was, how professional the service was. Things like that. So yeah, I'm very, very leeway on what the staff do. On what my grinders do, and
Mm-hmm.
they can grind at their heart's content every day, all they want. They can take a break because all they want. It's completely fine because I'm here. I'll be doing the work as well. I'm not just going to sit back and go, I've got workers, that's fine. I'm just going to sit back and sleep the whole day. I'll I'll be taking part in doing the grinding as well because that's what an owner should do.
Hmm.
Is take part in getting orders, assigning orders to themselves. Doesn't matter what orders I do because I can do any order. Um, like right now, in the process of doing two heli pilot voucher orders. One at 10k, one at 7k. There's another one that came in at 1k. A bit of a small order, but if that's what someone wants, fair enough. And then I'm probably going to assign myself the airline. Where is it? There's an airline one somewhere. Oh, it's not in the forum. It's on my Tycoon bot. Yeah, sorry, not Tycoon bot, Dino bot. There's a 10k airline voucher order that I'll be doing straight after this order for a customer. Because he did two orders, but he did two orders before I made the Discord, so it technically doesn't count about doing the one order at a time per customer.
Yep. He got in before the
So
rules.
that's yeah. He got in before I made the rules of just one order per customer, which isn't an issue. Um, in some cases, if a customer really needs, two orders at once, I'll give an exception. Um, but soon I'm probably going to do like a little discounted week, maybe discounted couple days. So it's like 10% off for the next 2 days or 10% off for the next week. That'll be off any order at all. As like a starting up kind of discount promotion kind of thing. And hopefully that gets in more people. The more customers, the merrier.
Yeah.
So
I hope it goes well for you because that sounds pretty fun, and I wish you the best.
thank you very much. I hope it does go well myself because I don't want to say like a month down the line, oh, this is dead. This isn't going well.
Yeah.
I'm hoping, I'm obviously not expecting orders to come in every day. It's just if a customer needs an order, if I see them in the chat going, I really need this, I really need that, then I'd be like, direct them to my Discord. I'll even direct them to TX. I'm not going to be like, don't go to TX, come to me. I'll be like, check out TX, check out myself, see what you think. Order from whoever you like. If you need two certain orders, say train and garbage, go to get train from TX or garbage from TX and get another one from me. That's completely fine because I know that TX are obviously, I think, one order at a time with vouchers as well. So if they need, train or heli at once, they can go to TX, order from them, and order from me. And there you go. Bob's your uncle.
Bob is my uncle, and Joe is my mama. Oh my goodness. But yeah, talking about the order limit, I've almost gotten in trouble with TX, but they were pretty cool about it and didn't give me the
Yeah,
order evasion strike roll, which I'm pretty glad they didn't. I guess
yeah.
they.
I don't understand that. There's a lot of roles in there that I've looked. I will admit I've had a look at everything in their Discord, like their prices. I tried to balance my prices off of theirs, not be too high, not be too low. Just be a little bit of competition, but not try and take their customers away. So obviously, I might be a little bit higher than maybe TX, maybe a little bit lower. I like to be in between it all around. But then obviously looking at the roles, I don't want to copy the roles because I know they've got like inactive staff roles, unreliable customer roles, things like that. I may have like loyal customer roles, things like that. Just for the customers I think are loyal. They're pretty good customers.
Yeah.
But I just had a little quick look. I even had a quick look at GA, just to see what they done. And obviously TX have got their own bots and stuff, that they've had made, and I'm like, I've not got the brains for that. I don't feel like asking, because that feels like I'm just taking work from them. So I'd rather do things on my own, have my own way of doing things, so that I'm completely different. Maybe in some aspects I might be kind of the same, but overall I would be different. So that there's no complaints from anyone at TX. So that's the last thing I want is like Timo or any of the staff to be like, oh,
Yeah.
taking away my customers. Why are you doing that? I just want to be like, that's cool. There you go. We can both work together. I'm quite happy to work with TX.
Hmm.
If that ever comes across, I'm not got an issue with that.
Well, it's good to have
So I just thought,
competition as well because
yeah,
that way
that's true.
the
Yeah.
prices stay not ridiculous. 'Cause.
Like even looking at when I first looked at their prices for like sand and that, I obviously did my prices way too high. I was doing sand for 75k each, and I realised that was way too high because theirs Theirs is what, 10k?
I'm not
Can't
real
remember.
sure.
Let me look. Have a look right now through all their lovely change logs. Actually, no. I was sent their prices. Is it? Their sand is 15k. Their limit is 10. 15k per, and their limit is 10. And mine's is mine seems to be a little bit more cheaper than that. But hey ho, no, yes, my sand is 10k each. Um, I've not set a limit, or have I? No, I've set a limit of 5k. For now, because obviously I've just started, so I want to keep it moderately low at first, and then boost how much they can order up at a later point.
Yeah.
Maybe put my prices up of my vouchers. I think me and TX have got the same prices for garbage. 12k for both. No, I'm cheaper. I'm 3k cheaper. Okay. um,
Yeah.
their heli pilot vouchers are. I think I've just went cheaper with everything, to be honest. It's not intentional. Heli pilot, mine's is 7k. Theirs is 8k. Okay, airline is 10k. All right. Okay, so isn't that, oh, they do cargo. Oh, so theirs is more than me. So this is probably why they're coming to me. But
Yeah.
that will obviously I will change my prices later on in the coming months, maybe in the coming weeks actually. But that's my starting prices for now. Start off cheap, get the customers in, and then slowly but surely, boost those prices up a little bit. Maybe just by 0.5k each time, and then obviously inform them via my changelog channel. This is buffed, that's buffed. This might have been nerfed. Maybe I've put my prices down.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my prices point of view. I've still to add to the truck and cargo raw ore mix and raw emeralds. No one's ordered any of the truck and cargo yet. Everyone seems to be more, interested in the vouchers. I wonder why. Probably because of the prices. Um, but yeah, pretty cheap right now. But obviously, in terms of priorities, because I know TX do, like if they've got like a high priority order, they add extra money on it. Compared to low priority. At the moment in time, I'm not doing that, mainly because obviously I've just started. But as time progresses, I may change that to add, like, if you want high priority, which is 7 days, I'll add 10% onto the total amount, 5% on the total amount. I might be nice and just put 5% on the total amount of, your order. So say it's 90 mil, add 5%. There you go, Bob's your uncle. And like you say, Joe's your mama.
Joe's your mama. Every time I get online, I hear at least like 3 Joe Mama jokes. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's very rare you see you in the server. Like, I think I've seen another Joe who wasn't you, and I thought it was you. So then I looked on the X Men and I was like, "That's not you, not you at all."
Yeah.
Because obviously I need to look out for the Imperial Airlines, the ID. Well, I don't exactly remember your ID off by heart, but the picture that comes up in the player list, and I was like, that's the right Joe, not the fake Joe.
Yeah. I've noticed there was another Joe before that Joe that you're talking about. And yeah, Wolfie said, "Hey, we got an incursion of Joes coming on, so we need to defend our ground." And I always think it's funny because I can see people get confused with the
Yeah.
other Joe, and they're like, "Joe, why are you typing different? This and that." Like, you're not the real Joe. I can sense it. It's so funny. But
But you know it's a real Joe because he has IA in his player name,
yeah, and
and
also
he
have
types
that
in chat.
custom faction.
Yeah, exactly.
And my ID, if you want to know it, it's so fucking nice. It is 148383.
Now that is a nice player ID.
Yeah.
I even thought my ID was nice, 241634. I think that's pretty memorable when my brain works. When my brain doesn't work, I need to do /Tycoon in the arcade channel to remember. But
Yeah. But yeah, I'm so glad my ID isn't crap. It's just
yeah,
so awesome.
I would have loved to be that 300k ID, or even the 100,000 ID, or even the 200,000 ID. That would have been pretty cool.
Well, there
Um,
is a perfect ID of 20, 200,000, I'm fucking up. 280k straight. He
oh,
still
no,
plays
that
from
is
time
nice.
to time as well. His name is AD. And so it looks like he's talking about the year, you know.
Yeah. Love to know who the 69 and the 420 IDs were.
I don't know.
That'd be pretty funny to join the Discord, join the Tycoon server and be ID 69 and ID 420.
Yeah. I saw a really low ID about like 2 months ago. He's like player ID 35. And I was like, wow, dude, where have you been?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I've even saw was it Pizza Hawaii? I've seen him a few times.
Oh, yeah.
He's like an extremely low ID. I think I've seen ID 20, something like that.
Pizza Hawaii is staff,
Um,
or he's technically a mentor, you know.
oh, is he?
Yeah.
He's never on.
No, he's playing some
That's good
Minecraft
enough,
recently. I know that.
all right.
But I've only seen him once in game, and I was like, why
Yeah.
is that guy named Pizza Hawaii, and why is he driving a staff car? Like, who is this guy? But he's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just too bad I never talked to Ron Joe. That was before my time.
And I realised that what's his face? Troublesome was the owner of Tycoon before he decided to move on to his own thing. I didn't realise that.
Yep.
I I think I'm pretty sure I joined Troublesome's server for like a little while during my Tycoon experience to then realise to maybe to see that he was actually the owner. I was like, said what? He was the owner?
Yeah.
I wonder some of the things that he does on his own server is kind of similar to Tycoon. Well,
Well,
it's similar anymore. He's got his own developers and stuff, and he does his own work. But just like what?
yeah, here's something else that might blow your mind. Um, did you know that Glitch was kicked out of the Tycoon community, and 3 days later he became the one who owned it?
No, I didn't know that. That's
Yes, like
wow.
I was prospecting for memes, and I found this thing from Glitch saying, "Hey, I'm resigning from staff. I'll still be around, most likely, probably not though. This and that, whatever." And then 3 days later, he owned the server. It was so
Wow.
funny. And
Oh, there's Pizza Hawaii online right now, actually. Oh, so you're right.
I
He
asked him
is
about
staff.
it, and he said it was just because like he didn't really get along with anybody, and
All
they
right, okay.
realized he was the only one that could, carry the torch of the community
Yeah.
and develop.
And then you took what Collins on board as well, which is pretty good. Collins does pretty good work for from being at the stage he is with development. He does a really good job at what he does. He's even admitted himself that he still asks, Glitch, looks at what Glitch does here, there, and everywhere, just to see, if he's doing it right. But he he does a lot better job. I've tried to do development work myself because I did start a 5M server myself, um, and I was just like, nah, this is just not for me. I even went on the 5M Patreon and did their $15 tier to get all that stuff, and after that I was just like, nope, this just isn't for me. Um, so I just stopped, paying for the Patreon. I mean, I've still got all the stuff on my computer to, get that back up and running. But I just,
Yeah.
it's just not for me. I've not got the brain power for that kind of work. Doing all this, resources stuff and all the LUA things and all that. It's just,
Yeah.
I'll leave that to the experts. And I'm not the type of person to go hunting for developers because I don't want to get a developer, get a team started, and then like what I did there, just give up in the end because that just wouldn't look good. So I'd rather just stick to doing what I do best and moderate servers because that's what I'm currently doing for a different server. I'm staffing a different server and I do that. That's just like clockwork. I wouldn't say it's easy work, but
Oh, I forgot you
it keeps
staffing
you
on the
going
server.
anyway. Yeah, yeah, staffing another server.
So now
I'm
you know
actually an
what it's
admin.
like, huh?
Yeah, I know what it's like, and it's not easy. Like when you get all these, you know, douchebags that come into the server and just cause grief.
Yeah, they
You're
just
just
don't
thinking to
care.
yourself, like, why do you do that? Like, what's the point?
It's like they just don't care
There's no
about
need.
consequences or anything.
Exactly. It's like they just come in just to troll, and then they're just like, oh, you know, that's it at the end of the day. You're just like, no, that's not how it is. Like, you come into a server that is a really good server, and then you just blow it by, breaking the rules. Coming from like an RP server and into a PvE server. When it says it in the name, it's a PvE server. You're not to technically not run people over. Um, and they do it. They run people over. They'll drive their car into you. They'll fly their plane into you. Like you're just like, why? You're just I don't understand it with half the people. Even the people that come in to our servers and hack, blow people up and attempt to inject code and get instantly banned. You're just like, why do you do that? Like, why? You're just wasting your time. You're loading into a server. You're downloading the resources, and then you're giving the staff access to, all your identifiers, your IP address, and that for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, I know it works myself. It's so stupid. Um, and then you're just laughing after they do it. You know, they'll come and they'll try and like appeal it, and then you're just like, no,
Yep.
why would we give you your? Why would we unban you for something you've done by injecting code through, your little software that you've been given, that you've paid for or you've given for free for a trial, or that your brother did,
Yeah.
you know.
Talking
You know, I
about
actually had a permaban in almost a week. Last one was no, actually that wasn't even an appeal. That was just someone just trying to speak to Mech.
yeah, that was
Um,
weird. I
last one was on the 18th,
I
like
don't know. Oh well, there goes.
2020, a new year. Everyone's becoming mature and they decided, yeah, we should probably not hack. We might get
Yeah,
banned.
that was their New Year's resolution is to not
Yeah.
hack. Oh my goodness. But
uh,
yeah, I don't know how common it is for a community to have a ban appeal page, but I'm glad we have one.
I mean, in the one I moderate, we have a forum which people can come and appeal. But most of the time, the forum doesn't get you. I don't use the forum. I don't have access to to any of the support requests for ban appeals. But we don't just do permaban. We do 1 month, 2 months, a year. But it's just
So you have
most
a
of the time
forum
they
and
just
do it?
it's a forum, but we've got tickets that they can create a ticket and they can appeal for the ticket. I've dealt with a few from ones that I've banned, but it's just half the time they lie, and we've got logs that we can easily check. Because half the time it's they're either mass spawning vehicles in the server to try and crash it, or they're saying swear words, they're saying the N word, they're cussing, they're calling people faggots, things like that. It's just things that you wouldn't approve of in any other server. Like I know in Tycoon, if someone was to say the N word, it gets hidden and then they get banned.
Yeah, they get
Um,
suspended for 2 days
yeah,
or a week, one of
yep.
those two.
So it's just if they say it in the chat and the server I moderate, it shows, but we can easily use the logs and we can search certain words. You could probably do that with your one as well. Anybody can do that, really, if they've got the good, the good stuff, the good tools.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it's just
But talking about having a forum and appealing, I was once banned from a Left 4 Dead 2 server that I played for years. And like what happened was I
right.
logged in and I got a
Yeah.
warning saying something like auto detection on something. And I was like, what the fuck? And mind you, I don't know how to hack and I don't plan on knowing how to. And so
Yeah.
30 seconds later, I get banned for hacking. And I don't know how
Wow.
you could hack or want to hack in a Left 4 Dead 2 server, but I don't know. And I went to try to appeal on their forum, but I couldn't
Yeah.
even create an account because my account was banned. Because
Wow.
they made you sign in with your Steam verification, and since my Steam was
Oh
banned
God.
from their server, I couldn't create an account. So that was a
So they
flawed
pretty much
system.
made a flawed system where once they'd banned you, you couldn't get back into. to do anything about it. So you were pretty much just like, okay, bye then,
Well, I mean,
just walking away.
I had to walk away, but it was so sad because I played on that
Yeah,
server
yeah,
since like 2013, and it was I made no friends there. It was just nostalgia of the server
yeah, yeah.
and the because it was a modded server, and you could have like 20 people on and like go through
Oh
campaigns and
wow.
stuff.
I've never ever had a modded Left 4 Dead. I think only times I've played Left 4 Dead was on the Xbox or things like that. But I've never actually physically had it on PC because obviously I just started PC what uh oh April, May June time last year.
Yeah,
Um,
but let me tell you, it can be
but
so fun on modded Left 4 Dead 2 because like some of them do like the survival game mode where you just hunker down and
yeah,
survive. Like they have
yeah.
built tools to where you can build your own fort and like
Wow,
it's like elaborate
that's cool.
pieces that you can spawn like menus of different pieces. You can like rotate them and like it's just so cool on how you can build your own fort and then just survive forever. But
Wow.
Evil Mania, that was a server that I was banned from. Anyway, you could like earn points through killing zombies, this and that. So you could buy stuff from the store like a Molotov or like a machine gun, laser sight, this and that. And
Oh, that sounds
it was
fun.
pretty cool to keep track of your progress on how many zombies you killed on the server, how many special infected, how many this and that of the special infected, how many tanks you killed. But it was just so fun on there. I miss it. And the server shut down now, so I have 0% chance I'm playing again.
Oh God.
But
The one thing I do miss from back when I was a little bit younger is back on the 360 on game called Forza Motorsport 4. Used to always, they used to have a game mode called what was it? It was like um, cat and mouse kind of thing. It was like a cat and mouse game
oh
mode.
yeah, that's a fun one. I like
But you
Forza.
were able to create like your own servers as such, like your own like lobbies, and it was so amazing because you'd have like maybe three like four teams, of one. One team would have like the mouse, and that would be a slow vehicle, and then the other teams would have like maybe like three or four cats on each team, and obviously they'd all be fighting to try and stop their mouse from winning.
Yeah.
Um, and it was so great. And if I could go back to that, it would be amazing. But obviously, don't have a 360 anymore. Forza Motorsport 4 isn't backwards compatible, and it was just like that was my go-to game, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
That was where I met back then. I met like a club who were doing racing, and we did racing like every weekends, and then we all split apart because we as soon as the Xbox One came out, we all tried to go into Xbox One and do it on the Forza Motorsport 5 or whatever it was back then, when the Xbox One first came out. But we all just, split up, and that was it. And I was just like, okay, well, off to do my own thing, meet new people. And then, I don't know, just meeting people through other games like GTA when it started to come out on Xbox One, and then I met people through that. Um,
Yeah, I've played
I, th-
Forza
I
as
think,
well. Like I've only played the
yeah, yeah,
Horizon series, so it's like an
nah,
open map. And like what people used to
yeah,
do in the Forza Horizon, like at least on the first one, because
yeah,
that's the one I played the most, is that we would have an open lobby, and we would start doing drag races, and to do these drag
nice.
races, you'd line up, have one car in the middle of the road, and he would do the lights. So he would flash his lights three times. He'd hit the brake three times, so he'd flash them that way. And then for the green light, it would be your reverse light. So it'd be three brake presses and then switch it to reverse, and then they'd both go. So you didn't even need a mic to do this, to drag race. And it
Wow.
was just so fun. And we'd all drift and stuff. It's just so cool. That was a good map.
Yeah, I enjoyed Forza, the first of Forza. I think when I got into the second Forza, that's when I met more people. It was just like a random thing on Twitch where like I just came across someone doing on. It was like a cops and robbers event, like kind of thing, but it was like a certain part of the map where they would limit to be certain classed cars for like the robbers. It'd be certain classed cars for the cops. Cops would always have like a little bit more of an advantage over the robbers, of course. And then I joined them randomly, and then obviously I started joining their servers more, their lobbies, and then we became friends. And then I started hosting them myself, and then I started to get some rep through that, through streaming on Twitch, getting people to join me through there, and they would, join me. And then Forza Horizon 3 came out. We went to there, we did it there, and then something happened. I think because there was a part of the one of the guys had gotten a girlfriend, and then that girlfriend and that guy had split up, and then I obviously was still speaking to this girl, obviously as a friend, and then obviously it all just crumbled. Everyone split up again, like back in Forza Motorsport 4
Mm-hmm.
time, and then it just crumbled. But back then, I still had some of the people that I'd left. I'd went with them, and I still speak to them to this day, which is good. And obviously, then I met their friends, and then obviously I've got my little community on Xbox that I speak to because they mostly stay. Well, all of them stay in England. You'll be lucky if there's one or two people I speak to who actually live in Scotland with me.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, my Xbox friends are small, which is good. I'd rather not have like a billion friends that I'd play with. It's
Yeah.
a certain few where you could just catch up with them. Oh, how you doing, blah blah blah. But yeah, that's
I only have one Xbox friend that has transferred from the Xbox to PC. And so now that I only play PC, it's good because he only plays on PC as well. So we
yeah,
still
yeah,
hang out and talk, and I've known him for quite a while, and it's pretty good.
yeah. The main reason I wanted to come to PC was obviously to try Rainbow Six Siege on the PC. I'm not good with keyboard and mouse on Siege, so I had to stick to a controller. But it was also obviously come to 5M because obviously I was reading about 5M, trying to obviously use 5M on a different, PC or laptop, which is not built for games like this, or
Oh
like that.
yeah,
It's, because it does take a lot of,
resources.
a lot of, yeah. So obviously when I first came into 5M and I purchased obviously GTA and obviously purchased Siege. I was like, right, cool. We'll see how well this PC. Well, it's actually a gaming laptop I've got, but I still call it a PC because that's what you normally call it nowadays. Anyway.
Yeah.
But my gaming laptop, when I first tried it on Siege, I was like, wow, it actually runs pretty smooth. And I was just like, this, I got it a lot cheaper than what it would have been full price. I got it for like half price. It was like, I think it was about £500, £600 I got it for.
Nice.
When its usual price was like 12 grand.
Wow.
So I got it discounted because it was used, but it doesn't feel used. Doesn't feel used at all. It feels brand new. Like no tampering with it. Everything was, tip top condition. It was updated to the latest Windows 10. Obviously, I updated it again recently with that scare that was going around. That Cobra tagged in the
Mhm.
Discord. I had to upgrade it because I was like, okay, I don't want anybody hacking hacking in and getting everything of what's on my laptop. But yeah, when I came to the PC community, I was like, I'm actually quite glad I'm
Yeah.
here. And I was saying to my mates who were on Xbox, I'm not gonna be on here a lot. I'll still be on Xbox a lot. And well, now it's I seem to be on PC more than I am Xbox. But I am, occasionally on the Xbox. I will play, as much as I can. I mainly only play Siege on the Xbox now, anyway, because that's the only game I have fun with. My next game I'll be playing when it comes out is Cyberpunk
Oh
2077,
yeah.
which isn't coming out until September, which is annoying. I'm really annoyed at that. That infuriated me. I was like, oh, how dare
When I
you?
saw that name
Um,
2077, I was like, "Hey, Fallout."
yeah, I actually was going to get that game, but then thinking about it, it was just one of those games that I would play for like a few days and then I'd
Which
stop
one?
playing because it's one of those games you need. Fallout 77,
Oh, Fallout
76,
76
sorry.
is horrible. You don't want to get that game. I,
I'm quite glad I didn't get
yeah,
it then.
yeah. I'm a big Bethesda fan, or at least I should say I
Yeah,
was,
yeah,
until they completely derailed themselves. Fallout
yeah.
3 is my favorite.
I mean, I've played a few of the Fallout. Yeah, I've played that. I enjoyed that, but I think it was the more of the you've got to have the time and the time and the patience for the game because it's one of those things you need to put a lot of hours into, and I just did not have the
Yeah.
hours to put into that game because I played it for a good, I'd say a week straight, and then after that I was like, I can't play this any longer. I need to do something else.
Yeah. I don't know why Fallout 3 is my favorite. It's just like the story is so good, and the environment, and then the hidden lore that you can find is just so awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of games that have came out that I've enjoyed. Like Watch Dogs, I've enjoyed playing that. The latest COD that came out, I played the story in that. The story is it's quite um, it's one of those stories where you're just like, what the hell? You're just thinking, really, did that just happen? But the fact you play as a kid and you watch your dad die, you're just
Wow.
like, oh, that's quite sad. That is really, obviously I've not experienced that myself, but for those who have, that's quite touching in its own aspect. Obviously, you're not going to die from being shot. Hopefully not.
Yeah, I'm
You
not.
know, don't know where you're from. Whoever's dad has died, I don't know where they're from. Blah blah blah. Maybe that's has happened. But it is quite touching for even myself. And I was just like, wow, this is quite sad.
Mhm.
And then the fact that you got like there's a scene in I don't know if you've played it. Spoiler alert. Where I'm assuming you're in London, and it's pretty much suicide bombers, and you're just like, wow, really?
Damn, really?
Could Activision have went any more gruesome? Obviously, you get the option to cut that bit out, but me being me, I like to experience the full potential of what they can give you. But it's an enjoyable game. Obviously, on PC, it's kind of a little bit stuttery for me. There's a bits where when I'm playing multiplayer, it can stutter just for a split second. It's not every like 2 seconds. It's every like what, every couple minutes, maybe a little bit more than that. Um, but I've got it on Xbox as well. Me big bucks. Well, not anymore. But yeah. But if I ever want to play it on PC, I can. If I can't be able to put my Xbox on, I can play it on PC. Play it on the PC. But um, a lot of games that I've enjoyed playing. In Battlefield 5, I enjoyed playing that. It's a really good game. Give credit to the makers of that. EA, they're good at what they do. Star Wars Battlefront 2. I've not played the new Star Wars. I probably won't because looking at it, it hasn't lived up to what I expected it to. Anyway, it's doesn't seem like a game I would enjoy anyway. To say the least, it's one of those exploring games, multi-platform kind of
Yeah.
thing. It's just nah. I love Star Wars, but
Well, if you love Star Wars, hey, join IA.
exactly, that's when I first saw IA, I was like, is that a stormtrooper? What is that? Eh.
Yeah. I remember first seeing Storm in chat and then seeing him as a
Yep.
stormtrooper. I was like, oh yeah, that's
And
what
then
I need
seeing
in
the
my life.
T4A and I was like, excuse me? You get to fly that? Are you joking me?
Sign me up. Where do I sign?
Take all my monies.
Take my money. It's like, shut up and take my money. Fry from a Futurama.
Yeah.
That was a good show.
It actually was.
Did you ever
Yeah,
watch
I've
it?
watched Futurama, yeah, I've watched all of them. But
Yeah, I like
they've
that
stopped
show.
making new episodes, haven't they?
Yeah, I remember watching the last episode as it came out, and I was like, oh, feels bad, man.
So sad. They make so many good programs like that and then they stop them and you're like, what's next? It's good that they've still kept
Well, we still got
yeah, they've still
SpongeBob.
got that. I think they've done another like series of not SpongeBob, The Simpsons. I think they did another series of that. Can't remember. Either that or Family Guy, one of the two. Can't remember, but yeah.
Yeah, I've never really watched Family Guy or American Dad or Hank Hill,
I always used to watch them when I
King of the
was,
Hill.
you know, bored playing Xbox or that. I'd
When you're
watch
bored.
TV and that. All I watch my TV now is for Doctor Who because it just started coming back on.
Mm.
Um,
I mainly watch YouTube and just play games, and that's about
Same
it.
with me. But when there's nothing to watch on YouTube, I just sit at this homepage at YouTube and be like, what can I watch? What can I do? And I'll think about playing TT and I'm like, And that's what got me to also start, Casual Grindz because I was getting bored of just sitting around, sent myself on board. So I thought that will also keep me occupied.
Are you planning on making a logo for Casual Grindz?
I don't know. Maybe, probably, quite possibly.
I think you
Yeah,
should. I think it fits it quite
because
well.
right now it's just the tick emote. That's it.
Yeah.
That
Well, you should see the server I have. It's just the thanking emote. Here, I'll show you.
I mean, one of my mates from the server that I moderate made the server image for my other server, The Last Resort, he made that, which is quite nice. I could send you that actually because I've got a little picture of it. Oh, is that your server?
Yep.
I've always wondered.
Why?
Are you not in Puff's server?
Yeah, I'm in Puff
I think
server.
he's got it in there, does he not? I can't.
What, this invite link?
Yeah, can't find the.
I don't know if he has or not.
Can't find these little links to other servers announcements. No. Rules. He's got. Oh wait, there it is. No, he doesn't. Yeah, complaining about that.
Well, there you go. If he wants to join, you can.
Might as well. So where is that?
Yeah, it's mostly just for for the memes, emotes, and such.
That's the one that my mate made me for my server image, which is pretty. It stands out anyway. I think it's pretty cool. It's just basic.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's a lot cooler than what I've been able to do. Then again, I'm editing that emote that I was talking to you about in Paint 3D.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what I'm dealing with.
Now I see why you like that color. That dark purple color.
It's so
Yeah.
nice. It's my favorite color.
Remember when I tagged, if you want your own color, just let me know, and then now it makes sense. But my own Discord
Yeah.
server, it's so dead. I'm gonna keep it. I don't expect it to get busy. I was broadcasting it on a public Discord server thing where you could, called Discord or something, and people join, some stay, some leave, and I'm just like, meh, doesn't bother me. I'll just focus on my grinding server because it's there.
Well, that's good though.
It's there for the
I think you can go places with that.
yeah. Obviously, it's been advertised in the game as well. I don't know if you saw it as you joined the server. That was it. Me put it. It was not Max who put it there. He said, "Would you like me to do that?" And I was like, "Go for it. Spend your dollars." So he did that. Quite nice of him.
Unfortunately, I might have to override that advertisement for this podcast here.
That's fine.
Just be a competition, just neck and neck.
I'll just override that by,
edits.
"Oh, Joe keeps taking us away."
What they don't want you to see. Oh man. Well, I think it's been pretty fun. So I'm glad you could come on my podcast here.
Yeah, I'm glad. I mean, I stayed up till 3 a.m. last night. Not for the podcast, it's because I was in the middle of getting this Discord server set up. So I was up till about 3 in the morning.
Absolute mad lad.
Yeah, I was just like, right, I want to get this done because if I don't get it done now, I'll never get it done. And now's a good time because I'm about to go to bed, so I may as well focus on this. I got it. Got the basics of it, and then obviously I did use that application bot, and it was working fine until someone tried to use the order, and every time they would do the little command,
Yeah.
it would go down, and I was like, right, cool, so we're just going to move to Google, and I'm quite glad I made that decision, because it actually works better.
Alrighty, well, thank you for coming, and I hope to have you on another time.
Yeah, you definitely will. Just you know where I am if you want me to come back on, and I'll be quite happy to speak to you.
Sweet. We'll take it easy, brother.
You too. See you later.